Hello. Um, Hi all. Thanks for joining today's session. And this would be the last session for this mentoring series, which is Learn.Build. And we have been seeing what are the things that we need to do as part of the project, that what we had discussed. Like building building an app inside the power apps, and with that we would be having the invoice being generated for us with the help of the power automate was the recent task that what we had saw last session. And in that, one second, sorry about it. Okay. Hope you are done with the sessions of with the task of the last week. And in this session, as a last part, we would be seeing like how do we use the AI builder effectively, such that it would be useful for us in terms of building the invoice being generated, which has been generated earlier in an effective way, like what we saw in the last session. We would be sorry, it should be in the um, this environment. And okay, once we are let me just repeat the steps that what we had performed till now, so that you can have a recap of the whole session that what we had till now. What we would be doing is that you would be creating a tenant for the Power Automate, and then you would be going ahead and coming into the URL of make.powerautomate.com. And once you are here, ensure that you are navigating to the admin center, which is through the settings that has been present there. And once you got navigated to the admin center, create an environment for yourself, and that should be under the north and that should be under the US. And then it should be selected with the English as well. And once you are done with these basic steps, then what you would be doing here is that you would be you would then come back and select the environment that what you had created on the US platform, and you have to navigate to that particular environment to make sure that the copilot has been ready for you to use. And once you are done with that, you would be typing in the prompt here, saying that invoice automate invoice approval, some kind of that sort. And you would be going and using the flow that it had created for you, and ensure that what it is creating, and what are the uses of it, and will it be how will it be used when you are trying to use it in a manual flow, that what you try to create without an copilot. So you ensure that these things are in place, and you would be carrying with the next step, which is like you would be connecting to the data connectors which are necessary, like the SharePoint, and then Teams, and then all the things that are necessary for it as part of the flow. And you would be creating the flow. Once you are done with all these steps, then you have to save this particular flow that what you had created on after adding all the requirements that or flows that what it is needed for the requirement, which is like automating the automating the invoice approval. You would be coming here and clicking on the save, which has been present here, and it would not allow you to save unless and until you are getting it connected to the each thing. So for which what you have to do is that you have to go to each item over here and type in the address like what we saw. You would be navigating to the SharePoint. If it is in case of SharePoint, and you would be creating a SharePoint link over there, and you would be adding in the invoices over there, and you would create an list as well over there, and you have to give the list name here and the parameters, and then in the similar way you would be doing it for all the connections that you need, like what would be the approval type, and then what would be the what are the things that what you need, like uh, let me go down. Yeah, we have a condition as well, right? So you have to check for the each condition as well, like what would be the input or what would be the output for each parameter that what you are giving it over here for each as well. And then you should ensure that it is being connected to all the data that are here. And once you are done with that, come here and click on save, and it will not throw any kind of error here, and it would try to save your details. And I am just skipping those parts. So until this is the part that what we had saw till now, till the last session. And in this session it is something interesting that we would be adding it is the flow that what we had created till now, right? So last in the last session we saw like the AI model. With the help of the AI model, how do we develop the invoice processing as well. um Let it load. Just give me 2 minutes. Let it load. Okay. Um. Okay. We have created a model that is available already. Like we will be navigating to the AI model which has been present under the Power Automate, and then we would click on the AI click click on to the AI model, and we would be selecting the model that is being that is needed for our requirement, which is here in this case we would be extracting the invoice information. So we would select the exact information from the invoices, and we would try to use that in the custom built model. So once we are trying to use that, it would try to build up a flow for you in a separate sheet, and you have to try to you should save that as well inside the power automate, and from there you can start using. And then these are the steps that what we had saw. We would be giving the fields and tables, and then we would be selecting the information like the documents that what you want to train it for, and then you would be tagging in the document as well. And once you are done with that, we have created the model summary. So it works in this way. This was the last step that what we had saw in the last session. And now, as the next step, what we would be doing is that you should navigate to the flow that what you have created. Since I have not saved it, as it had thrown me some errors in it without being like I without I tried mapping it, it thrown me some errors. So once you once you had given all the details that what it needs for, you can find your saved solution being available under the my flows. And you once you see that, you can navigate to that particular flow which will be available here. And you can open up. I will be opening an automated flow itself and will show you. I'm just clicking on some random things and going inside just to make sure that it is getting saved. Okay. Once you are done with this part, this is how your flow will look like, right? So once you click here, like add an item, you would get an option here inside the automated flow with the name of AI Builder. You can select that and ensure that the model that what you had created is now being available here. I'm just selecting a predict over here, and for which I have to sign in. Like it would make you to sign into the details that whatever you need. And you should select based on the thing, like uh, if it's in case like the invoice itself, then what we would be doing here is that we would go and search for invoice. Okay, here it is. So what you can do is that it will it is one of the pre-built model that is available. And with that, you can give the file that what you had created. Like if you had if you had created it in the SharePoint, and if you want to try to use it here, then you can give it under the dynamic content which has been available here. With the expression, you can go ahead and you can concatenate, or you can give the various expression that what you want. And once you are done with that, you would be selecting the next step and moving with the process as such. This means that the model that what you had created in inside the AI models will you would be able to use it here under the flow. So this is how you would be incorporating the AI model inside the automated flows, and you would be able to use it as well. And once you are done with all these parts, what you have to do is that you have to go and use the test which is available at the top of the project itself, and test your process that if it's working fine or not. And if the process is working fine, then you would have an option here which is like publish the okay publish the AI model. And you would go and publish the AI model that what you had created on over here. So these are the steps that what we have to do for this particular session, and this would be the last step as well. Like once you had published it, you would be taking the whole code, like what we had saw in the first session, like how to take the code, and you would be placing it under the Git, and uh, it should work fine. That these are the requisite that what we are expecting for. Please do reach out to me in WhatsApp if you have any queries to this particular session or the past sessions, uh, and please remember that if you have doubts, then that may be a doubt for someone else as well. So please don't mind to post all your questions in the group so that others can get benefit out of it as well. Uh, that's it, and I am stopping here for this particular session, and we would be catching up in the WhatsApp, and let's finish the project together. Lakshit, do you have any comments to add to it? Are you there, Lakshit? Okay, with that, I am winding up for today's session. Thanks for attending today's session, and uh, happy learning. We will be connecting through WhatsApp. Thanks.